Talkin What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Talkin Stank. My name is Stank. I'm your host, and around me are my friends.
Hello, Bernie here.
Bobby.
Danny Horror.
All right. Today we are discussing video games. Yes, it's oversaturated. Everybody and their mother talks about video games, but today, talk about what's special to us.
Because we're nerds. We like video games.
Hardcore nerds. So the first game was ever created was in 1958 by a man named William Higginbotham, and it was a simple tennis, kind of like Pong from Atari. You know, I was born in '83. It was a little before my time, but I have played Kaboom. Do you guys remember Pong?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've played many games of Pong.
Way too many, probably. But what we want to discuss today is games that are important to us, what made us gamers in the beginning and continue today. I just love you guys. You're all so fucking beautiful.
Aw, thank you, Stank. We love you too.
Do we want to stop the podcast here real quick? We're getting
We're going to put this on a brief hold.
We're all going to huddle up together and keep warm. You know, it's a little cold outside. We're in Pennsylvania, and
the sun dipped behind the clouds, and it did get kind of cold out there.
It did.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Because before the podcast, they were out there hanging on the porch while my wife came home for lunch, and it was warm when you first came over. But man, it like dipped 5 degrees.
Damn moisture in the air. It's supposed to storm, so it just gets cold.
So before we get into the game talk, did you guys do anything in the last couple of weeks you want to talk about?
I'm back on WoW.
Back on WoW.
Yeah,
Same.
back on WoW.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's right. Bobby ended up getting on WoW.
Yeah, because my brother got back into it. I'm like, I guess so. Whatever.
Trying to get Skritty into it.
Don't have a computer. Good. I can, but
Doesn't your nephew have one?
he does.
Well, there you go. He's
He-
always using your stuff.
Yeah, but that's not something simple like, hey, can I borrow this for a night?
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
I actually-
Totally is.
Can I borrow your computer for a night?
Not tonight.
I actually have
It's
my
fine.
old...
I'm using it tonight, but yeah,
you
you
see what I mean?
It's not an issue.
Funny you say that. I actually have my old computer that could probably still run WoW. I mean, I don't know how good, but...
Yeah, you're just not allowed to carry
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So who's going to transport it for me then?
I will do that.
You're
That's
going to
all.
set it up?
Yeah.
You know, I also have 2 small children that run around and like, hey, look, pretty smack.
You have that upstairs thing.
So what? Run the cables from the loft down to my TV?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why would you play on your TV? Use them.
Where would I put the monitor? I'm
Up
just
there
gonna,
on a stand?
I'm just gonna play in the loft all the way.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I would do that today.
It's too fucking hot up there,
Oh,
dude. I got up there last night.
Excuses.
Last night it was 50 degrees. I was sweating up there, and I wasn't doing anything.
This
it
is the
was
sound
hot
of a
up there.
man who doesn't want to play.
I just hear the excuse train.
I'll be
Choo-choo.
honest, I don't want to play.
So I was telling
I-
him... Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're
you.
fine. I have no good experience with WoW. You know that. Mr. Horror, you know that. You can tell everybody. I have no good experience.
It's fine.
No
What
good
were you going to say, Bobby?
So I was telling him I created like a High Mountain Tauren hunter
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted
Female.
to play with it out. Yeah, I accidentally did a female. I don't know how I did that, but whatever.
Accident.
No, it was accidental.
First non-NPC
I mean, I
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I make female characters.
Yeah.
No big
I
deal.
do
They
too.
look better in the armor.
I
Yeah,
do too,
it's
just
fine.
not torrent.
Anyway,
We don't kink shame on this podcast.
No. I
Anyways.
didn't like to be a part of it when I seen him in
So-
town, though.
I was telling him I feel like I had the weirdest glitch I've ever had in like the 20 plus years we've been playing WoW. So I created this character, all right, and both my weapons just started out red. Okay, like so you know how they're like red, it means like your durability is down to 0.
Yeah.
But they both said they were 55 durability. Okay, so what's going on here? I don't like this.
What's happened?
WoW's celebrating their 19th anniversary.
okay,
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So I was like, I don't think WoW's 20 years old.
Okay, I was 1 year off. Okay, I'm sorry.
20 plus.
I'm just saying, if it was a math problem, you get it wrong.
Oh, okay, cool.
If you were in school,
I
that,
had
that
high
would
C in math, so
that would be
that
considered an
tracks,
F.
honestly. That tracks. So,
Anyways,
so I went to like go to all the repair people to get this repaired, and it like kept saying it was durability 55, but it like wouldn't let me use them. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go pick up like a gray weapon from like the vendor or whatever. Maybe it's just this like item that glitched or whatever.
Yeah.
So apparently the problem was, for some reason, it let me have a crossbow and a spear at the same time. And I just like unequipped it and then put it back, and everything was fine. Both items are now durable. I'm like, what the hell was this? It's like, what the
So if you didn't pick your spec, because there's 2 specs with the hunter that allow
Yeah.
you to use your bows and guns, but there's also survivalist, which
Yeah.
is your spear.
Yeah.
That's
So-
what I said.
No, but I had
he
them
was
both
marksman.
equipped at the same time.
And he
At-
was marksman already. I asked him that.
At the same time.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I was like, what the hell is this shit? So finally I'm like now able to like do shit. Like I'm able to attack people, so that's cool, I guess. But I'm just like, that's like, it was the weirdest thing. The years I've played that game, I've been playing since BC, dude.
Oh my god.
I've
Yeah.
never had something like that.
Yeah, I came in at the end of BC, right at the beginning of Wrath.
So I was just telling him the account I have now was originally my dad's account because he started playing and then I started playing right in I think like right when BC first launched. That's when
Uh-huh.
I got into the game. And I still have like my original, like I have an original paladin that's like still my original character from BC. Yeah. And I was one of like, I was
Pretty dope.
back when like paladin tanks weren't like a thing yet.
Yeah.
Like I was like one of the OG. Like
That's
I
pretty
used
dope.
to. Did you ever watch like Wild Hobbs? He's like one of the original like. Oh, he used to like that was his thing, like the paladin tank with like the skull flame shield and stuff like that. Yeah.
No, I did a lot of Wild Krendor. He was more funny than
Mhm.
anything. But so I just got a question to ask you guys. Like, we'll go around the table here. What was your first console and first game that you ever owned?
Does this include handheld?
It includes handheld.
Okay.
So we'll start
Yeah.
with Danny Horror.
Okay. I kind of have 2 that I started with.
Okay.
The first console I remember playing was the Nintendo.
Mhm.
One of the Super Mario games. I'm not sure which one. But we also had one of the very early game consoles. You've seen it, the Vectrex.
Oh my god, yeah, that was
That
nuts.
was dope. It was it's like it has a screen, and it's like a game console and a screen all in one. And even the little control stick, what are those called? The
Joysticks.
joystick, yeah.
Yeah.
It even folds into the console itself. I think it came out in the 50s.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, if it came out in the 50s, it had to have been past 58 because that was the very first video
Oh
game.
no.
Maybe the 60s, possibly early 70s.
Yeah, I don't. I just looked it up today. I can't believe I don't remember. It wasn't the first console, but it was one of the first.
Mhm.
I actually Thanksgiving I got to bring it out. I was at my Grams and brought it out, and I was showing my girlfriend it. I played it for a little bit.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. It did old lines. It's just white lines on a black screen. That's it.
Bright as shit. You okay over there, Bobby?
You gotta that like I had the problem last time. You have to have it like
Oh.
unscrew it, get it in as far as possible, and really tighten it down.
This isn't being edited. This is just great.
It hasn't been 10 minutes and he's broken something.
God. Whoa, God
Loosen
damn
it.
Bobby.
Bobby, stop. Loosen it. Loosen it. You're going to break something. Loosen it. Push it in. Once it's loose. It's not loose enough yet.
Not to you.
What?
What the fuck?
Okay. Now tighten it, bro. There you go.
Did you ever see the Slim Jims commercial where they're like, "Oh, that's
Not-
big meat. That's
You
big
don't go
meat."
crazy, man.
And then they're like, "That's what she said," and the grandmother goes, "Well, not to you." It's one of the best Slim Jim commercials because it's just so
Oh,
stupid.
is
Because the
it when
grandma
back when they
comes
still
in.
had the guy that had like? You don't remember the
The
Slim Jim
hands?
guy? No, the guy that had like the real back crazy hair.
Macho Man?
No, they used to have he used to be like I don't know if it was like the mascot for Slim Jim, but
Oh, he wasn't slick back hair. He had like a Slim Jim head.
Oh
Yeah,
Yeah, no, he had a Slim Jim
yeah,
head.
but
I think
his hair was like pointed out like this way.
no, he had like he was like a Slim Jim. His it went straight up.
Oh, I thought it went back like this. I
No,
don't
no,
remember.
it was
Okay.
like
I don't
he
remember.
was a Slim Jim.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
I think his name was Slim Jim.
I'm
I don't know. It could be Fred, but I don't know. I'm just
I don't
guessing.
know, I'm
But yeah, it was. He was a fucking Slim
okay,
Jim.
I'm
My-
sorry.
Oh, I don't know why I got so triggered over that bullshit.
This podcast is already off the rails, guys. Sorry, off the rails.
Like, do I need to?
wrong with you, Bobby?
Do I need to look him up to
I don't
show
know,
you?
am I
Oh my
allowed
God,
to
hold on.
misremember things?
No,
okay?
you're not. You're not. Oh, what?
It's not like you've never misremembered something.
What?
It's not like you've ever misremembered something.
No, never,
Yeah,
never.
but
happened.
not the
Okay.
Slim Jim guy, you asshole.
That's the. Is this the Slim Jim guy you're talking about?
No, I swear there was like a different guy.
This-
No, I swear there was like a
I have
different
no
guy.
clue.
No, not that guy. It can't be.
Here, Stank. This is what I thought he was talking about.
No, I swear there was like a Slim Jim commercial with a different guy. And his hair was like slicked back and it was out like 5 feet. I don't know. Maybe
I have
I'm
no clue
misremembering.
what the fuck you're talking
Okay.
about. But,
Anyways, what were we talking about before my stand went awry and this podcast turned into chaos?
Mr. Horror over there in his first console.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I don't know if he was done or where he's
Yeah,
at.
I'm good.
No, go ahead. Continue.
I do remember one time you took me over your Graham's house.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm reeling over this. And I had never seen that before. And those, talk about the scan lines. They were super bright,
Yeah.
very vibrant. And even for a machine that's 30 plus years old,
Yeah.
still had a lot of life.
Oh yeah.
And they were built to last on current consoles. Break and Red Ring. And
With the Switch, if you use the wrong charger, it'll break.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
100%.
that-
Oh,
that's just
mine
what
was
it's
dead
saying.
for a year and a half, and then just started working again.
Magically.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird.
Oh, man. Bobby, do you remember your first console and game?
Yeah, so I think I started on the original Game Boy Color.
Nice.
Then I went to the Game Boy Advance.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to the OG PlayStation.
We're talking about your
Oh,
first one, and your
okay.
first game that got you.
Oh,
Yeah. Not
okay.
here.
Not the whole list.
So I think on the Game Boy Color I just played Pokemon. I think it was gold and I had gold. I think it was gold and silver back
Mhm.
then. The
Oh,
OG
you
gold and
started
silver.
late.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I was born in like 95.
that is true.
Yeah, he's
We're
a lot.
old, man.
He's a lot
Yeah.
younger than us.
Yeah, you're
feel
my
like
elder.
Redding-
You guys are my elder millennials at this
Yes,
table.
Yeah,
so.
I guess so.
No, I'm literally like the last year to be a millennial, so I'm not like.
Well, I think I'm the elder of the group here. I'm 40 years old, so
Yeah.
old man.
28.
32.
I'm gonna keep it a minute.
Oh,
Oh.
we like long walks on the beach.
For no reason. No reason.
Oh, so the first game you think was
Yeah.
Pokemon?
Yeah, Pokemon and the Game Boy Color, I'm pretty sure.
So, like, what part of that game made you want to keep? Like, oh my god, I really enjoyed doing this.
I don't know. I don't feel like I really like got into gaming that way. It was just like I was young and it was like cool.
Mm.
I just played Pokemon, but I think I didn't really like actually get into gaming until like, when I got the original PlayStation and then the PlayStation 2. Like one of my still favorite games to this day on the PlayStation 2, Sly Cooper, like the original Sly
Ooh,
Cooper.
Yeah.
Good game.
You ever play that?
Yeah.
No, that's
Oh.
one
Yeah.
that I
Super
missed.
Fun
Sony,
game.
if you're listening, bring back Sly Cooper, please.
Yes.
Please.
Was that made by Naughty Dog?
No, I don't think so.
No, that's not a
Mm.
Naughty Dog.
No. But that OG game is really good. I mean, what, they made 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
2 was fine, 3 was
That's kind of how Crash Bandicoot went.
yeah.
See, I think I only played 2 and 3. Or I only played 2 games. I think I only played Sly like 1 and 3 or 2 and 3. I know I played 3 and I liked it.
Sly Cooper was super fun.
It was.
If you ever
I'll
go back,
I'll,
It's
I'll
fun.
I
save
thought
the,
about it.
I'll
Yeah.
save the rest of the progression of my gaming history for later. But yeah.
Okay. So what game, I forgot to ask you, Dan, what was that first game that's just like, man, this is for me?
I don't think there was a first game for me, cause my dad was a bit of a gamer, so like I think it was just in me, cause like I remember watching him play games and that like there is no first game, I mean there's my first game that was my love, Final Fantasy VII. That was the one that was like, okay, this is something different,
Yeah.
but it's just always been something I've loved doing,
Okay. Yeah.
So my sister was 5 years older than me, and she loved Mario. So I think it was the NES with Super Mario Brothers. One of them, I can't remember which one, but I remember playing with that game with her all the time. And so that was like a family console. So like my first console was the Game Boy, the original Game Boy,
Okay.
with what was it? Pokemon Blue, Red.
Oh my God.
One of those two. That was like
it matters which one.
It matters. One had one more Pokemon than the other or something.
They each had different ones. So like in the games, you had to have both of them to get all the Pokemon.
Yeah.
I want to say I had Red because Charizard, fire breathing dragon was awesome. Yeah.
I think I had Blue first. I think
Yeah.
Blue was my first one.
I don't remember. I just remember having it. And like just what got me into games was just, having fun and like just trying to finish something.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's when I
was-
finished my first game, that was an experience too. It was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Accomplishment.
Yeah, I felt a lot of pride in that. I think we'll get onto that a little bit later too.
Oh yeah. So what was that first game though? Oh man, this is for me.
oh shit. Honestly, like probably trying to remember. I'm gonna have to say Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
Like that, maybe because you mentioned it, that just popped up in my head. But that's the style of games I love. Just the action games. Like I absolutely love those.
Oh yeah, I do hate your taste.
That's, like I love that. Like it's just it's they're not hard. They're fun. They're family friendly. Like I love those games where you could sit around and enjoy.
I beg to differ. Have you did the insane trilogy of Crash Bandicoot lately?
Fuck that game.
Yeah. So easy. No, it's not.
Well, do you know why that game's so hard?
No.
So Crash plays differently between 1, 2, and
Okay.
when they made the Insane Trilogy, they only made it the way Crash plays in 3.
Oh.
Which is a completely different gameplay standpoint from 1. So in 3, you have to have momentum to move. In 1, you can jump and hit forward and have your full momentum. That's why number 1 is so hard.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense.
so
know
yeah,
that.
they made Crash the same from number 3 instead of Crash the same for 1, Crash the same for 2, Crash the same for 3. Yeah, they just made one Crash from number 3 and put them in all 3 games, and that's why it's so difficult.
I didn't know that.
That is why it's so hard.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not just us. There was big forums and everything on it. Like I looked into this because I'm like, I don't remember being this bad at these.
Yeah, because I remember getting all the gems and
Yep.
flying everywhere and being a lot easier.
It was because it was literally a different Crash.
Interesting.
So what was your first?
My very first console was an Atari, believe it or not.
Dude.
It was given to me by one of my late grandmothers, and we had Kaboom on it. That was my very first console and game. Kaboom was where a criminal is up on top of this building and he's dropping bombs, and you have this like little it's like across the screen and catch all the bombs that you can.
Yeah.
Super fun game. Super fun game. But the game that stands out to me that got me into gaming was the very first Legend of Zelda. My uncle had the NES before we had an NES for the family, and he had that game. And I just remember watching him play, and then him allowing me to play.
Yeah,
You
isn't
know?
that something?
Yeah.
That's yeah.
So it was like a pass on. He was giving me the torch, run with it. So playing Zelda and actually getting through it I mean, it took a long,
Yeah,
like
I'm
super
sure.
long time.
I never played that one, but yeah,
Dude,
I
so
missed
good.
it.
Yeah, and then going through it, beating it for the first time
Yeah.
myself without his help.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is for me.
Yep.
And then him coming home from work one day, because he lived with my parents and myself for a little while before he moved out on his own.
Mm-hmm.
He came home and said, "There's a secret in Zelda." What? Like
Oh
there's
my
something
god,
that-
that's
yeah.
gonna set you off.
Yeah,
dude. You
so-
got amped.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god. He was like, come on, I figured this out, buddy, at work.
Oh,
If you put in Link as the name, it completely changes where all the dungeons were and what items were in that
Whoa.
dungeon. And I was just
Okay.
like, oh my god.
that would have been mind bending.
Yeah, it was for that early time.
Yeah, I never had an experience quite like that, dude. That would have been dope.
Yeah, that's what. I'm in this.
Yeah,
Give me all the
yeah.
games,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was so cool. It's the be a kid.
No, dude, just being a kid today would be amazing with just the games that come
Not
out.
today.
I don't know, man.
My favorite gaming memory, I might have told this off podcast, but so I remember I went to the midnight launch for MW2. Yeah, MW2 because I bought the collector's edition.
I'm
think I
assuming you
still
mean
have
the
it.
original, not the remake.
Yeah, the original.
Okay,
Yeah,
just clarifying because
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just released last year.
yeah,
not-
the original. Yeah. So I bought the collector's edition. I still have I think I still have like the tin and everything like that. And so I remember I was so excited. Went to the midnight launch, got the game, got home. I'm on the first mission. I don't know if you remember the first mission. It's when the submarines come out and everything
Yeah.
like that. I remember I'm like, oh, dude, I fell asleep during the first mission. Wake up 2 or 3 hours later, and I'm sitting there and still on the first mission. I'm like, I didn't even know I fell asleep. I was like, what the hell just happened? It's 2 hours later. I'm like, what the hell? I was so excited that I just fell asleep because I was like, oh.
Mind you, you
Yeah.
found your character died from lack of oxygen somehow.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah. I
You
don't
know, they
know.
launched
Yeah.
nukes you did nothing
Yeah.
to prevent anything from happening.
So I just ended up turning off my console, going to bed, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess this is my midnight launch.
This is my experience.
Yeah,
at
this
the
is my
great game.
experience. Fell asleep on the first mission.
So, Dan, why don't you feel now would be a good experience growing up now for gaming?
Maybe gaming. I don't feel like games hit quite the same way they used to. You know what I mean? They're flashy, they're good, but and this year's been a little bit different.
Yeah.
But it feels like a lot of the soul is gone. Maybe that's just because I'm older. And
That's what I
know
was
too
going to
much
say. I
about
think
games.
the argument
Maybe.
about that is we've
Yeah.
seen it all. We
yeah,
growing up with it. I mean, they're retelling stories over and over again because we've seen said stories.
yeah,
It would be new for somebody that's never done it. So
yeah.
and I'm not saying hey, they're remaking games and after game after game.
No,
which,
it's
they
it's
are,
not the
but
remake thing.
I'm
It
just saying
feels
we've seen stories and we know how it's going to end.
feels like there's less magic in the games nowadays.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like back in the day, you could break games. There was a lot more play in the. There was a lot more. It felt like more to see, more to explore than now. Everything. Hallway.
Yeah.
You're kind of led everywhere.
So maybe to me, I don't know. I think everybody's just going against that open world. I think they're oversaturated.
Well, the open world's never really felt all that open or worldy.
No.
They just kind of felt like, oh, here's a big,
Yeah.
Big space to just do the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of the companies we have to do this,
Yeah.
so they don't add anything.
Yeah.
I mean, even with the new Sonic game that came out, it's just you have this giant open world with random stuff that makes no sense in it.
Yeah.
So why? Why do you
Mhm.
feel the need to have to do when you really don't have to? Magic is
Oh.
there.
Well, isn't that what kind of happened with Far Cry?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't used to love Far Cry. Now the new ones are just
Well,
you're
I mean,
doing the same
between
thing.
yeah.
Just a big map.
yeah, and I mean, what did they do? I think Far Cry 2 or 3 was the same map as Far Cry Primal. They just rehashed
I've
it.
never played any of them.
Okay.
I just
Yeah.
That's been a big problem too. Is just redoing this same exact
The
stuff.
same stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there are exceptions to the rule. I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at like Red Dead Redemption 2, there's so much stuff to do
Oh
in
my
that game.
Yeah.
I mean, it like
I've
and it is a
wanted to play
beautiful
that, but
open
I'm-
world game.
Yeah.
Which stupid thing? They're the villains in there, the Pinkertons.
Mhm.
You know that's a real life family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, the Pinkertons.
Yeah, like I did not know that was real until the stuff going on with
Isn't-
Dungeons and Dragons
Wasn't
Yeah.
there?
or Magic the Gathering. Sorry,
Didn't they used to call the? I'm trying to remember my history. There was a.
they were trying to stop unions. The
Yeah,
Pinkertons.
yeah, the
The
Pinkertons.
Pinkertons
yeah.
were hired by the government to try to stop.
Yes,
unions.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, when I found out they were real, I went down a deep rabbit
Yeah.
hole on that.
Oh, let's go.
Okay, maybe I'm the idiot. I just never knew.
Yeah, that's a real.
Well, I feel like Red Dead Redemption. That's like par for the course for Rockstar. I mean, I feel like they've always like made. I mean, GTA. I mean, look
Yeah,
at the-
Rockstar is above the you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're above the pack in a lot of ways.
Everybody's psyched
usually.
because the trailer for
Yeah,
the new
no.
GTA is gonna come out soon.
I'm hopeful, man, but
I-
I'm worried.
So I didn't get into GTA till GTA 5 because my mom never let me play it for like a little bit because you know that you can do things in the game that aren't 100%.
Don't know what you talk about. I
Yeah.
live my life like that every day.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's-
okay. Oh yeah. But like I don't know. But I always appreciated that game for like it felt like a true like sandbox.
Yeah.
Like you could do anything
Yeah.
like that. So. But
I played GTA 3. I love that one.
Mhm.
San Andreas, or not San Andreas, Vice City, didn't care for. Didn't want to play San Andreas. I got out of it.
San
I just-
Andreas was one of the best.
That's like
I- but-
it's like a really hard toss up between
Yeah.
5 and San Andreas, man.
Like,
And
I- that's what
usually
everybody
put San
says, but-
Andreas ahead, dude.
Agreed. San
Like I
Andreas.
just
You
with
missed the best one, dude.
that's what everybody says, but I feel like it's the same game going from
No.
like 3 to Vice City
No
to San Andreas
way.
to 4 to
No.
5.
No.
I was just like, I don't care.
No, there's so many cool things you can do in that game that you can't really do in the other ones, man.
No, I never even played 5. I only play online.
I hate you.
Granny. Play
Watch.
3.
I think
I have played 3.
I mean, San Andreas.
San Andreas. And
Okay.
5. He
Yeah,
hasn't played 5.
Yeah. Five's
like
really
I said,
good.
I've
Yeah.
never played it. I'm lying. You have to play like the intro mission
It's been
to get
out
into
for fucking
online.
20 years. How have you
I
not played
have
it?
it.
And it's
I have it so I could play online. And to be fair, the only reason why I play online is with my nephew.
Oh my.
Do you have the PS5 version?
Yeah, I believe so.
I'd have to game share that from you, bro.
I don't know if I have the PS5 version or I have the online 5 version.
I don't know what the
So
I
there,
don't want to
it's
play the
it's
online.
essentially 2 games. It's 5 and GTA Online.
I don't want to play. Yeah, I don't want to play.
Yeah,
the
I don't know. I'm
online.
not sure which one I have. I know I
Mhm.
have online for
I
sure,
only have
but
the
I don't
4,
know.
man, and I cannot spend $20 on another copy of that game.
You probably
That's-
already spent like hundreds of dollars on 3 copies.
Yeah,
What,
I
did you-
have.
Did you ever
yeah.
see the stupid meme like where a guy travels through time and he's like, "What year is it?" And he turns around and he sees a release. It's like coming soon, Skyrim, and he's like, "What year is it?" Because they released
Yeah.
Skyrim over and over
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
well, the thing I really appreciate GTA though is I think they like make it feel like it's a world. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna make
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is the only analogy I can like make in my brain, but this is like a really weird. But like the reason I'm a real big fan of like the
Picking up the hookers.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And then, but I never understood how come you give them $100, but when you kill them, you don't get $100. You don't get the same money back. What'd they do with it?
Vagina.
You
Yeah,
killed
they're
them.
not
Why
gonna-
not search for it?
Well, it's not going to drop. See, the money has to drop in the game.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
tuck it deep, man. It doesn't drop.
Prison
I'm
purse.
just
bud.
saying. I'm just curious. Why is that? That made no sense
Prison
to me.
purse.
Always bothered.
Prison purse.
Always bothered me. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, so I was gonna make a film analogy. Like I've always loved like the like franchise of Shrek movies, and the reason why I loved it is because I know this is going a weird analogy, okay, but I'm just it's gonna come back around, okay?
This guy is comparing Shrek and Grand Theft Auto, folks.
I don't
This
know
is
how.
what we
I
do.
need to see how
Okay.
you make this connection.
No, the reason
here.
why I love those movies is because they make it feel like there's little things that make it feel like it's like a real world. Like I feel like they do really good world building in like a lot of those movies.
That's your example of good world building.
Yeah.
do the
Okay.
Yeah, like one of my favorite jokes in,
Shrek.
like one of my favorite jokes
do
in,
the
like,
RAR.
I mean, it's a good movie, but
Bobby, we love you.
No, like
Yeah,
there's
that's-
a thing in Shrek 2 where they like basically make fun of like cops,
Uh-huh.
and it's like called Knights, and they're like arresting Shrek and Donkey,
Yeah.
but like instead of pepper spraying them, they're literally grinding pepper in their eyes. It's just like little things like that make the world feel real. It's like hilarious. I don't know why. I just feel like, okay, I just killed the podcast. Okay, well, I'll just go fuck myself.
All right, we will see.
That's-
We will
that's
see you
straight
guys all
through.
in the next one because
you.
yeah, this one's done. For
I'll just go fuck myself.
Go fuck yourself in the corner.
Hey, fuck you.
Hey, fuck you.
Oh, not this again.
What's your day?
Go on.
Fuck you, Bobby. So,
He says, "What's your name?" He goes, "Go on."
fuck you, go on.
My brain has weird analogies. Okay, it was linked together. Okay.
But GTA 5 being compared to the Shrek universe.
That's a first for
That's
me.
a
I never heard that.
I thought you were
That's
just
the
gonna
name
say
of the
because
podcast.
I
I
thought
was
you-
just saying they both have good world building. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, we just got a name for the podcast.
Okay, cool. Shrek.
GTA 5 is actually Shrek.
That is actually a great name. You're welcome.
I just thought you were gonna say because Michael Myers voiced
They're
one of
gonna
the
be so
characters.
mad.
in
They are.
GTA 5.
No.
He did.
Oh, he did really?
No, I was just trying to make
Oh,
you think
okay.
he did.
Cool.
GTA 5 based on Shrek?
Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
It's clickbait, dude.
Yeah, I watched it for that.
Yeah, what the
At
fuck?
least it wasn't like 2 hours in.
Yeah,
But,
that's
yeah,
true. That's
so-
true. That's
That's what I'm here for. Colorful commentary. You know.
it's something.
Yeah, it's something.
It's something. Oh, so what do you guys think about like hard games? Like all you have is just like lethal hard difficulty game where like you are set up to fail from the very beginning.
Like Soulsborne or
Yeah, like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, anything like related.
So, love Bloodborne. I like Dark Souls 3 a lot. Didn't care for Sekiro. Right now I'm playing Fallen. As I'm getting older, I see that I don't like them as much because I don't have the time to sit there and put into them. Like, I love Bloodborne because when I come home from work, I could sit down, play for a couple hours, and I could get better. With like Lords of the Fallen, it's a Soulsborne series. Or it's not by From Software, it's a different company. It took me, no joke, probably a week and a half to beat the first boss because I would get on, play one or two tries with the boss, and then like one of my kids would wake up in the middle of the night and I would just turn it off. And that kept happening. I didn't have the time to learn.
Yeah.
So like back in the day, loved them, enjoyed them. They were great. Today, not so much because I can't pause the fucking game. And I know you argue with me over that. You say it's a necessary thing. You shouldn't
Yeah,
have
dude,
to
it
pause the
is.
game. I don't see why. Like why it has to be a thing.
Because you're
Some of the
being
best
forced.
moments are those moments of pure panic.
Yeah.
If you can pause,
Okay,
you
I
can
understand.
collect yourself, and
I
you'll lose
understand
that.
I understand that.
And you also have to have that fear of like, I can't look away for a second.
That's understandable when your like girlfriend's like, "Hey babe, can you help me or something?" That is not understandable when you have a 20-month-old crying in the
Well, they're
other
not
room.
making games for
That-
just
that's
you, man.
That's
Like-
what I'm saying. But I'm not.
Yeah,
Like, there's
it's not
more
the time
people.
for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's
right
a,
now is not a good time for you to play those kind
Yeah,
of games.
yeah.
Understandable.
and that's what I'm saying. Like
You'll come back
it's-
to it.
That's
Yeah.
like I love them, but I just
Mhm.
if you don't have the time, they're horrible games. Then
Fair enough.
that's my
So
Make sure the mic's right here, bud.
sorry. I
You're-
keep looking at you, and that's
Yeah,
the
you're
problem.
good.
Just
You're
pull
good.
it back.
Yeah, just pull it
Yeah, I
back.
know. There we go.
See,
If
there
I
you
could
go.
do that more.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you appreciate this type of game, that's cool. I never
Mm-hmm.
really been into like the first one I played was Elden Ring. It was fine.
Oh,
I
Elden
like
Ring's
it.
a little rough for your first one.
Yeah.
It's a hard game.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they're cool. Don't get me wrong. I never didn't finish Elden Ring. I think I beat Godric. It's the only boss
Okay.
I really beat.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
first boss.
you first boss is powerful,
Yeah,
but
it
you
Yeah.
got to beat the games at least one to really get it.
So
Yeah.
here's my thing. I feel like I always gravitated more towards like competitive games because I'm one of those people that like plays a game for a couple months and then gets bored and like goes on to the next thing.
What a surprise.
Is it Shrek?
No. But I feel like I was always in the competitive games, and now more and more I'm trying to like go back through single player games and
Yeah.
play them. But like I just never was really into like Bloodborne, Dark Souls.
See, like when I
Not
play
my
the,
thing.
I'm sure you can agree with this. Like the
Mhm.
first time you beat one of those bosses,
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
the feeling that you get, your endorphins go,
Mhm.
everything is just raised. You're shaking. It's
Yeah.
just one of the most monumental feelings in a game that I've ever had, like an orgasm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't.
I'll get-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
relate it to an orgasm for me. Because,
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
it's so powerful, man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that
that's-
feeling of accomplishment.
'Cause I don't know if your first Soulsborne game was Bloodborne, but I
Yes.
know he got you into Bloodborne.
he
and
did.
Yeah.
He I wanted Bloodborne, but I didn't know anything about it until I watched him play it, and then I'm like, okay, I'm getting it. He helped me through it a lot. Like I think we played the whole game together.
Yeah.
Up until
I
a
think
certain
so.
point, and then I finished it myself.
Yeah, I never got into. I got into Dark Souls, the series, with Bloodborne. I never. I don't care for difficult games usually. It's never been my thing. I was like Dark Souls. It looks dark, grungy. It looks just like a depressing game. So I passed on it. But I've seen right after Bloodborne came out, I started to see some like that's when I seen the first trailer and stuff, and I immediately had to play it.
Yeah.
Just something about that atmosphere.
Yeah, I've
And
seen
I've
TV
been hooked.
trailers, and I'm like, I want this game.
Yeah. Like I went out, rented it. I played it for a couple
I
hours.
forgot you could rent games.
Yeah, it was like at the end of being able to rent, and
Yeah.
Do you remember GameFly?
Yeah.
That's still
Yeah.
a thing.
I know GameFly's still a thing.
That's still
yeah,
a
that's
thing,
like
yeah.
Netflix still does DVDs.
Yeah,
It's
they do.
just- Yeah.
But sorry.
but
Yeah.
yeah, like I'm like I was like after just like an hour, I was like, I have to buy this game. I returned it and then I went out and bought it, and
Nice.
I've been hooked ever since. Now Dark Souls 1 is my favorite.
Nice.
Well, I mean Bloodborne still for the atmosphere and stuff, but like my favorite to play, Dark Souls.
The biggest debate is should it have an easy mode?
No,
I agree with
No.
that.
no way. They're not with FromSoft.
Yeah, I agree
Because
with
they
you,
are
Lord.
masters of tough but fair
Yeah.
and giving you tools to overcome anything in the game. The tools are there. You just have to find them.
I don't know. I kind of disagree with that only because I don't know. I think about people with like disabilities and stuff, and they might want to play the games, and for somebody with a disability, it's too hard.
Yeah, but how far do you take it, man? I mean, you could say that for any game. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
Mario is, should there be a no jump mode for Mario?
I have no idea, but I mean,
I mean,
that's-
it's a tough question,
Yeah.
but
they
I
they
mean,
do have like special controllers for like the PlayStation,
exactly.
and the Xbox
I think
for
that's
people
the
with
solution
disabilities
is
and stuff.
peripherals and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
I
just
don't think
that's.
difficulty sliders is the
I'm not saying like a difficulty slider per se, where like easy, medium, hard stuff like that. It should just be like
and what
It-
exactly would
I don't
you
know.
tune
I
to
don't
make
know.
it easier or more fair for somebody with
maybe.
issues?
The only thing I could think of is making the enemies a little bit slower, so that way they have more time to react.
Yeah,
That would
but
be my
then-
thought process, because I mean, and I'm not trying to make fun of anybody here, but if your hands don't work and you're trying to like move stuff, you would have that little bit longer reaction time.
Sure, but that's
Keep
sort of the-
everything else the same, but the reaction time.
But you change reaction time, you change the whole.
I
dynamic of
understand
the
that,
fight.
but that would be the only two things you would
and
have.
and
You can even
they
make
play with that too in the game. Like that's an important thing with bosses. Speed of the boss is they fluctuate that like crazy because it matters to the boss.
Oh, I understand that completely.
Story wise and all that. Like
But
I don't know if that's a solution, bro.
I have no idea. But fuck, I just lost it.
It's there.
It is.
Pick it up.
This
This is a huge debate because
It really
yeah.
is.
It's
It's-
terrible.
I mean, there's no easy answer.
I mean, you
I don't
can
want to be
even,
callous.
and I'm not
but
sitting there saying like, okay, I got what I was saying. You can have like normal mode, which is the what it's always at,
Mhm.
and then have like, I don't know, it would be rude to say like disability mode, Because then like it would be
Yeah.
insulting people like that. But
Yeah.
you can have it named where somebody like me, you, Bobby, Stank are going to be like, no, I don't want to do that. Like you
Uh-huh.
can have it named to where it's like accessibility mode, where I'm going to be like, I don't want to be, I don't want that. So I'm just going to play on normal, where somebody with a disability be like, hey, that's for me.
So here's my thing,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know if anybody else feels this way. If there's an easy mode, I'm picking.
No.
Most often, me too.
Yeah,
No.
I would
I-
rather have a game just throw me in, and this is what you get,
Mm-hmm.
than me having an option. Because like if it gets to a point where I have an option, I'm gonna pick.
Yeah.
No, see, I don't.
No,
I always
normally
pick.
if there's like easy, hard, normal. I normally get normal just to go through this.
Some
The-
games, like Resident Evil's normal for
Mhm.
me, but like Kingdom Hearts, easy, because I don't want to. I don't want to spend 10 minutes on one fight.
Yeah, we were talking about
You
this
know,
outside.
chip dance. Like usually they just inflate the health, and decrease your health,
Yeah.
and that's not
Yeah, that-
really. That's
To
not
me, that's
fun.
not difficult. That's
Yeah.
just a handicap.
That's just
Yeah.
that's more
That's all it
punishing.
is,
That's
yeah.
all it
Yeah.
is. It's not more difficult. Whereas like, some games, I do go for a harder difficulty if they actually like improve the experience
Yeah,
for
see,
hard.
I normally go for normal or hard depending on the game. Like God of War Ragnarok, I think I picked not the hardest difficulty, the next step down. I did it on that only because
That's another one that I don't like for chip damage.
Yeah.
but like my thing is, I bought this game. I want to spend time in it. Like I want to feel
Mhm.
powerful in it. So I go for the little bit more difficulty, just so that way it's like I'm taking a
I-
hit and I'm giving a
I
hit.
get that, but like I feel
So-
the same way, but like a little bit different. Where it's like in Kingdom Hearts, it's like I want to have fun, and it's more fun to just crush the Heartless
Yeah.
than to feel like you're hitting them with a noodle. You know what I mean? Like
I
wanna feel
completely
like I'm
understand
holding
that.
the Keyblade.
Yeah.
And easy mode lets you do that, and then it's like okay, and I can get the better stuff easier. Like I don't want to put
So you're
a ton
saying
of
it's
time into games.
situational.
Yeah, it's very situational. Like I love
Okay.
a hard game.
What do you think, Bob?
I don't know. It's I mean, I get like why the hardcore audience would like want to not have like an easy mode, but like I don't know.
So you're the tiebreaker because whatever we
Yeah.
decide here is what's happening at From
Oh, okay, cool.
Software.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna.
So-
Yeah, they're
listen to
watching
this.
us right now.
Yes,
Listen to this,
yes.
Yeah. I don't know, because honestly, I like going into Elden Ring. Like I knew it was gonna be difficult, and I just did it. Like I didn't knew. I like got frustrated, but I was like, oh, whatever. Like I didn't want
Yeah.
an easy mode. I was just
But if it offered it to you, would you have taken it?
probably not.
Okay. That's
But-
honest.
Okay, well,
100%?
Yeah, because like I said, normally I just pick normal. Like if anytime they give me a difficulty, I normally just go right down the middle.
And I'm the only creature comfort here. I'm like,
Yeah.
No,
I'm
he
easy.
takes easy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
oh, that's-
usually
that's
easy.
true.
I picked on you for that for years.
Yeah.
Like I'm a normal guy
Yeah,
at least.
I've been doing more normal since Dark Souls. I do
Yeah.
a lot more normal and hard, but yeah, usually it's easy. But here's the thing: I'd rather, especially in like a FromSoft game, like I'd rather the developers spend their time fine tuning the fight and mechanics for one difficulty than trying to spread it among
Yeah.
3 or 4 different difficulties.
That's a good point.
you know?
I'll give you that.
Because like you can tell like what a team can do if they're really focused in on their game
Okay,
and on one difficulty.
Yeah.
here's a question: what if they didn't call it an easy mode? But
But
what
it's
if?
still the same?
Well, hold on, wait. I'm gonna make a point here. What if they just did something for people? Because like a lot of those games have like story and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So what if they made a mode that was like more for people who like they didn't call it an easy mode, but just
They've
for
been
people-
doing that. That's called story mode.
they have a story mode.
Yeah,
Oh,
a lot of games
have
have
been incorporating
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah,
lately.
it's like an even easier version, and they call it story mode, and it's yeah.
Just focus driven on story.
Yeah, it's for people who just
Yeah.
want to see
like,
the
do you
story.
Even attack? Because I don't even know about this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you attack and stuff, but it's very
it's-
like
It's you're getting hit with a wet noodle at that point.
it's
Oh.
bubblegum
Yeah.
game.
Well,
Yeah.
It
okay,
can be fun.
but
It can
like,
be fun to
Depending on
play.
the game,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what if it's like not? What if it's just like not like easy mode? It's just like tuned down a little bit.
That
Then you're just getting into like
Okay.
nuances of
Yeah, I was
difficulties.
just saying,
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Sliders, bro.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I
I
said,
can't-
I don't play these games, so I don't.
Some games
Yeah,
it works,
I-
some games it doesn't.
I,
You know.
I am just being honest. If there's an option, I'm taking it.
I'm
Yeah,
usually
see,
taking it too.
I
Yeah.
don't. I always take like the middle road.
So that's why I was so drawn to completing Bloodborne.
Because you have the options in the game, the tools that your character has access to, and that's it.
Well,
Yeah.
the first time I actually played it, you guys
I helped you beat the cleric beast
declared
because
beast.
you were like, dude, I'm done. Like, I hate this
Yeah.
game. Like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like, dude,
was-
let me help you get past the first boss because when you first start those games, you have very limited stuff you could do.
Yeah.
I'm like, once you get past the first boss, you'll love it.
Yep.
We
I-
beat it, and you're like, oh my
that
god.
was so cool. you
I am
know?
proud to admit I beat it on my own.
I did.
I
not.
mean,
I
yeah.
beat Father G on my own.
yeah, fuck you,
Yeah.
fuck you,
Yeah.
fuck you 10 times over.
Alright. I like when I played Elden Ring, I looked up stuff. Like,
That's
Well, no,
different.
that's different.
That's
Yeah,
that's
that's
different.
different.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
you're
yeah.
still beating it
Yeah.
on your own, even if
Yeah,
you're looking
yeah,
up
yeah.
stuff.
I mean, even in some bosses in Elden Ring, I summoned. I mean,
Yeah.
it was just
Yeah, summon
Yeah.
it. I didn't. I'm saying I didn't summon my first playthrough either.
yeah,
But yeah, summoning is totally fine, and summoning is fun.
yeah.
Like,
it's
even
real fun.
randos.
yeah, that's how I
man.
beat. Oh, wait, what do you mean by summoning?
So in most of these games, you can just summon up an apparition. So
Oh
it'd be
yeah,
like
yeah, that's
an
what I did for
NPC that
God.
fights
Yeah,
with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Elden
that's-
Ring actually
or-
has spells that
Yeah.
summon random creatures and stuff.
Well, that's what I
too.
did for Godric. I found out about the apparitions.
Mhm.
That's how I beat him.
Oh no, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Like there's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with
Yeah.
looking things up. Even in an open world game, I'm
Yeah.
always looking stuff up.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
wasting my time looking for everything.
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
no, I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I even do that in WoW, dude.
Oh
I'm
man.
just like,
Yeah.
where is
Well,
X
that-
portal?
Which is bringing me to our next one, man. This is station. I like this.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're-
MMOs. What is everybody's stance on MMOs? Like, how do you feel about them, Scrinny? Why don't you share a little bit of that MMO stuff?
So the only MMO I've ever played was WoW, and I've never had a good experience with
How come
WoW.
you haven't tried Final Fantasy? You can play that on the PlayStation,
I bet you would love.
and it's
that.
fun on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
You should. It's free.
Then-
Do
what,
it.
no idea. Oh, hold on, I'm lied. I played Neverwinter, which is D&D MMO.
Is that an MMO?
There's people running
Okay.
around. I think it is.
It very well could be. I never heard of that one.
I'm
Oh.
pretty sure.
I always thought Neverwinter was.
Yeah, that's what I
Hmm.
thought, but I'm not
I mean,
that
I played it
familiar.
before. It
I
was a
thought I
really-
did too.
I
Beautiful
gotta look
game.
that up.
It'd probably still hold up. Older game.
Which game?
Neverwinter.
Oh. Yeah.
Yes. Did you play that?
No, no.
Super good game.
No, the only MMO I've ever played was WoW.
Yeah.
The only one I ever interested in.
And you've been
Okay,
playing since
so-
PC.
Yeah.
Me and you are probably the only ones that have played more than one MMO, huh?
Yeah. I played
Okay.
so,
Well, actually, take that
So
back.
many?
so many.
How many?
Yeah.
So
Neverwinter is a free-to-play massive multi-online role-playing game.
okay.
Yeah. So, I like Neverwinter, but again, I with WoW, like I said, I've never had. Those are the only two MMOs I played, and never had a good experience with it.
It's very
So-
different nowadays, man. From what we played at the beginning of like LFD and stuff, where it was
Yeah.
very toxic and that.
Oh,
It's not like that anymore, man.
Oh, dude, you were there for half the shit that I went through.
Yeah, I
Like,
know. That's what I'm saying. Like it's a different game nowadays,
it's
man.
different
It's
now.
Oh,
dude, you can play without. I haven't talked to anybody in game in years.
Yeah, same.
Like it. Nobody's talked to me. Like you know, like
It's
it.
how I like it.
Well,
You
that's-
you could just do your thing.
but
dude.
that's
It's
how I
not
played
like
WoW.
It was.
Best thing coming out for people like you,
Yeah, I'm so excited.
NPC dungeons.
Yeah,
You can do the same dungeons with NPC.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Just like
God,
Final
uh,
Fantasy
you get to
has.
solo dungeons now, dude.
Yeah.
I think I
I'm
would actually like
super-
that.
Dude,
I'm super
Yeah.
excited.
That's sick.
And
Yeah.
you get like
The same
legit
loot.
rewards.
Or-
yeah.
the same loot.
Really?
Are
Yeah.
you guys
Shit.
gonna get
They're
the new
making
expansion?
solo content
I already pre-ordered it.
feasible for endgame.
Sure.
Dude.
Yep.
So
It's gonna
because
be awesome.
I mean, again, you yourself know because me and you played together. I solo played because when I
it's
got on, everybody was
totally-
asleep.
Dude,
Like my schedule was different than everybody else's,
Yeah.
and I had nothing but
dude, that's what I'm
toxicity
saying. That's
in
what
my
I've
WoW
been,
games.
I've been telling you for a
So-
while, man. It is time. If
I-
that's what's stopping you, stop it.
It's
Stop
also
it.
it's also a time thing, dude.
Time
Like
I'll give you time,
that
Yeah.
but
I-
that's gonna get better in a few years.
yeah, it will. I
but
know it will, but it's a few years down the line.
Maybe you'll be ready for midnight.
Bat.
Hey Dan, I just asked him.
They
Are you,
announced the next 3 expansions. Midnight's the middle one.
Oh, okay.
I'm excited.
yeah,
for it.
I just asked him if he guys getting a new expansion. Are you getting a new expansion?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never. I'm not gonna miss a WoW expansion,
No,
whether I'm
never.
playing or not at the
Yeah.
time.
I
I'm
think-
not gonna miss.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get it because me and my brother are playing back in, so I'll probably.
Let's
get
go.
it.
Yeah,
This one.
I've played every WoW expansion. I'm not gonna stop now,
Yeah.
whether the game's shit or good. It's
Yeah, I don't get
It's
it.
WoW.
Play it,
It's
gotta try
home.
it, yeah.
I don't know, dude. I've never
Azeroth is
ever
home.
felt when I played WoW like the game was like I've ebbed and flowed for sure. Where I've like I think I started playing at BC, went out of Cataclysm, came back into Pandaria, like ebbed a little bit this time for like a couple months. But I never felt like I always felt like I'm just playing WoW and this is cool. Like I don't
it's the experiences. It's the
Yeah.
experiences, man.
Yeah.
There's no game like WoW for me. Like
when
that,
I-
it places home.
Dude,
yeah.
when I first started playing, I thought it was the stupidest game in the world.
It was, yeah.
I was
well,
like-
a little bit.
well-
before I started playing, I used to bag on it all the time.
Oh,
I was like,
same
World of
here.
Warcraft looks like the dumbest MMO I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
So I'm like running away, and I'm probably like, it looks like 30 yards away from this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is stupid. Why is it still hitting me? He's nowhere near me,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I kept playing, and then I stopped. So I got the level cap,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm done with this game. I don't want to play it anymore. Level cap. I did whatever I want.
That was what, 70?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 80 at the time.
Okay, so you started Wrath.
So at 80, I was like, I'm done. So 3 weeks later, swear to God, I'm in the car with the wife, and we're driving.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I want to work on my tailoring.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks at me, she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, and wow. She was like, I thought you didn't want to play it anymore. I was like, well, I want to work on my tailoring. So I did. I got a wild card, and I bought 2 months.
Yeah.
And then I did this one quest where you go underneath this iceberg, and there's gigantic fish. You got to kill it. And it was so epic of the quest.
yeah.
You got to jam a spear into it. And then you come out, and you're like this champion of the Naga or something. And I was like,
That was dope.
That
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's
That's the thing I love
Borneo
about
Tundra.
WoW. Between questing professions, like you always feel like raiding dungeons. I always feel like I have something I can do.
yeah, 100%.
Right, yeah. And that
Never
does like
ending.
the grind kind of does get old, which is
Yeah.
reason why I like how they do professions now.
Yeah, but some of my favorite times are grinding for like the motorcycle mount.
Yeah.
Spending hours just flying around gathering nodes
Mhm.
with music blasting.
Just fun.
It's so fun.
I
dude.
like how they do professions now, where like each content is its own thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to start out at
Yeah,
like, zero. I
Yeah.
can just like do Draenei. Like Draenei is just its own thing, and then
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I can
I
just
haven't
do
messed
that.
with the professions in a long time, but yeah.
Yeah.
Even the secondary professions is awesome. Like I've always wanted to like max level cooking because like cooking's a cool thing that like nobody ever does.
Yeah.
They've
And you
yeah,
can get
they've
some
been
like
doing more with cooking.
Yeah,
You can cook
cooking,
with
you
the
get the
Tuskar.
fishing.
Yeah.
Who max levels fishing? I don't know. It's cool.
I
Did
did.
you?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
It's cool,
max
yeah.
fishing had a lot of really good rewards if you did
Yeah.
it. Like
Fishing's so
Yeah.
weird to me because it's like
the water strider has been one of my favorite mounts
Yeah.
forever, man. Walk on water all the time.
On,
yeah,
on
dude.
any character.
fishing's so weird because I'm just like I feel this weird like not separation of weirwism where I'm like, hey, how you doing? Like I'm just watching a character like fish and like I
The,
just I
the
just
sad
weird,
part is
like-
I could see Bobby sitting on his computer with a cooler next to him.
yeah,
and,
but
and
that's the
like a
thing, though.
fishing hat and have his favorite lures in front of him.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I
that's
can
like-
see him
no,
doing
they
that.
did a joke
Truthfully,
like that in the Big Bang Theory, where like Sheldon's just like, "Oh, this is how I like spend my time," and he's just like fishing and WoW. For
Yeah,
some
he
reason.
also-
Yeah.
No, he was on the Wii. He
Yeah,
had
yeah,
The thing. Him,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Him
He-
and
No, I think
Leonard.
They, yeah, but I think they did a WoW fishing thing too. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, it
I
was
can
funny.
see it.
Yeah,
but
it's
yeah,
funny.
they had that Wii one, and him and
Yeah.
Leonard were fishing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
no,
know
no,
what?
this one's
That's
just
how
like,
I'd fish. Yeah,
No,
if
this
I'm gonna
one-
fish, that's it.
the one I'm talking about. He was just like, oh, this is how I like spend my time relaxing. He's like fishing in a pond in WoW or something like that. It's like so funny. I don't
now
know.
that you mention it, you and Sheldon have a lot of things in common.
I guess
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Are you the type of person that like when you play like Wii Sports, you go over and pluck the arrows out of the target as well?
No,
Oh my
Okay, I think
God.
you would.
no.
Okay,
He's plucking something else.
maybe.
Shrek.
Yeah.
No,
World of
but yeah,
Warcraft is the next. Shrek.
I've tried. Now that I think about it, I have tried Final Fantasy. I've tried other MMOs.
Which
Nothing.
Fun.
Nothing. Just
Sir, which one?
There's like 37 of them.
Oh, there's 2 MMOs.
Oh,
oh, I don't know which one. then. I
11
don't
and
remember.
14.
I don't
Yeah.
remember
Was
which
it
one.
is it the newest one, like the one that?
I don't remember.
Dude,
Oh
I
my God.
remember getting on 11 after
Yeah.
you told me about it, and all I did was chop rabbits for like 4 hours.
That's it.
And I was like, I don't want to do this.
It was awful.
I
It
don't.
was terrible.
I don't know, man. Nothing just scratched.
I went broke, dude, getting that game, dude. Trying to upgrade my PS2 to be capable of online play.
It was so bad.
Oh my God, man. It was a nightmare. I did not make enough money at Burger King for that.
I don't know what it is about WoW. Just nothing scratches that same itch.
Well, see, I have an issue.
Yeah.
Like in my head, when I start playing another MMO,
I miss it.
well, not that.
you compare it.
2009,
I d-
I'm playing this game.
Yeah.
If I'm like, oh, I like this game, in my brain it clicks. It's like, no, you're not allowed to like this. You've been playing this, and you got.
Really?
Yeah, I cannot play it. I will not allow
Oh.
myself
See,
to
I
enjoy
I
something
play
else.
2. Technically I play 3. I play WoW. I play Star Wars: The Old Republic.
You still play that?
Yeah, every so often. Yeah, not as often, but yeah.
Oh,
I love that game. And Final Fantasy 14. I play that every so often.
My
too.
brain will not allow me to do it.
Really?
so
Yeah.
speaking of Star Wars, the only one that's ever slightly scratched the itch, and you can't play it anymore. I mean, there's fan run servers, but so not the Old Republic. There was one before it.
Online.
There was a Star Wars.
Star
MMO.
Wars Online.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody says I missed it, but everybody says it was
Star
really
Wars
good.
Online was like so good, and it like the thing about that it was cool is you guys talk about difficulty. Like if you wanted to become a Jedi in that
It was
game,
super hard to
yeah,
become
it was
a Jedi.
super hard. Like you had
Yeah.
to,
Really?
like yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
And they,
only it was rare for a long time for Jedi to be in it.
And-
Like for you to see a Jedi.
Wow.
I have played
Yeah.
Old Republic. I'll go back to it every once in a while, but I get again nothing just scratches the itch that WoW does. I don't know why?
Yeah, I mean when I play Star Wars, it doesn't scratch that itch that WoW does.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a fun game.
No, I'm just weird.
Yeah,
My
I
brain
mean
will not allow me.
I
It's like,
get
nope.
that.
I
to
get
a
where you're coming
point.
from,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Like if I put too much money or too much time into like Star Wars, I do start to feel like that, but not really. Not like that. You know,
Yeah.
not quite so bad
No, I
as
won't allow
you
myself.
must.
Nope. It's like I'm punishing myself. Like, nope. But I mean, it's not that I don't enjoy WoW. And I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, no. It's
You're cheating on it. Is
yeah,
essentially how you
pretty
feel.
much. Yeah, that's a great analogy. I'm cheating on WoW.
You have your main MMO and then your side MMO. You know.
Nope,
Yeah.
can't do it.
No.
But Final Fantasy 14 was fun. I got to like level 30 and was having a blast. And I was like, no, I'm afraid of probably sinking more money into something else.
That could be it. Rather than
Maybe.
rather than paying A, you're paying A and B now. So
Yeah.
now you're like, shit. That's just
See,
too
I'll
much.
only do one at a time. Like I'll only play. Like I won't pay for both subscriptions.
Yeah.
But one
That
at a
makes the most
time.
sense.
Like I'll cancel WoW and then I'll do Star Wars
I mean,
something. But
that makes sense. So let me enjoy this for,
yeah,
and I'll go back to.
yeah. Because as long as I do that, I don't feel like I'm like wasting my money.
Yeah,
You know.
that's fair.
So we all know you guys play retail. Did you guys play like Classic and Wrath? Were you into
I
that
did
at all?
Wrath class. Yeah, I
Yeah.
got the max level. The guild that I was in, we ended up downing the first raid. Fun. I definitely enjoyed. They got that season of Discovery out.
Yeah, that
now.
sounds really cool.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about jumping on that.
Yeah, and you can become a shaman tank.
Mhm.
Certain relic.
Yeah, there's these relics that they put everywhere, and they're just fun like changes, like just off the wall stuff that they wouldn't actually do in the game.
Yeah.
Like in the main game.
Really?
Yep,
Mhm.
Well, they're gonna
Yeah.
do that in retail too, right? They're gonna have discoveries. I think so. Oh, I thought I saw that.
Just classic and level cap as of right now. They're rolling out your.
Mhm.
So right now level,
Okay.
Yeah.
and then one of the old dungeons, which is Black Fathom.
Razorfen Downs is, I think,
Razorfin Downs.
like
older
one of the
dungeons.
first dungeons you can do in the game. You've done it.
Really?
Yep.
Dude,
You've done that dungeon.
Oh yeah.
Dude, it's you know how long it's been.
Yeah, it's the one with all the boars, if you
Yeah,
remember.
the boars, and you got to go up the.
We've done it a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
That
probably.
was our dungeon run set that we used to do constantly when that was the most efficient way to level.
So I I did Classic with some of my friends. We had a guild. I went through BC. Once I got the Wrath, I was just like, this feels like a job more than a game. So I was just like,
dailies.
yeah,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
That's whenever the dailies started getting real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cataclysm.
dude.
And I think Mists of Pandaria, they raised how many dailies that you can actually do to an infinite amount.
Yeah.
Because there was like 20 in each area. for each
Yeah.
faction a day. And it was just like, I'm not doing it. It
Yeah.
completely turned me off. I
Well,
was like,
In BC,
Yeah, I
kind of
remember that.
ratings
You
started,
quit for a while.
yeah.
in BC and ratings started to feel like a little bit of a job, but I was still enjoying it. But I'm just like, I'm just not into this.
It's kind of one of the things I like about WoW, though. Sometimes,
What,
like
the dailies?
I like that job feeling. Like there's a goal, and I have to put work into it. You know, like
yeah.
like it's not if it's a ton of it, but like it's like, hey, there's a raid I got to do once a week. I kind of like that. It gives me something to look forward to, something to work towards. And that's
I
one
get
of the
that.
things I look for out of WoW is like I struggle with picking a character until I have like a solid goal that I want to accomplish.
Yeah.
And then I fall in love with that character and I'm like, well, I don't know why I never played as, but then I get that goal accomplished and it's like, well, now what do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, but- yeah.
I'm kind of struggling with that right now. I can't pick a class.
Yeah.
I completely get that. So like, if I want to watch a show and I can't bring myself to watch it, I'll watch a fight scene. Like, oh, I need to get to that point,
Yeah.
and then that makes me watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, I get the goal thing. I was just like, this is more of a time sink than I want to commit into this.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
just
mean,
like,
if you don't have anything at the end of it that you want,
Yeah.
what's the point of doing it?
yeah.
Other than just getting wrecked.
But I had fun doing Classic in BC and feeling that like mentality of like we're a guild and like you make friends and raids and
Well,
stuff
it
like
was-
that. Like that was cool.
that was a
yeah.
different era too.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that fell off when Dungeon Find.
Yeah.
Because that social atmosphere that you had to
Yeah.
form your own group in raid chat
Mm-hmm.
is gone.
yeah, that
Mhm.
All you gotta do
makes
is just-
sense.
Instant queue.
Yeah, the community thing is definitely. I mean, I know it's still there, but
Not as prevalent.
not for me, man. Like it's a solo game.
Yep.
I team up with some randos every so often, and that's it.
That's what I said. Like, WoW always for me was solo, unless I don't
But
think
now,
I've ever played
bro,
with you.
Now you can see end game content, man. I just did the raid Friday,
Yeah.
and by myself, man. Like, I mean, I was in a group, but
Nice.
never talked to anybody.
It
I
is
don't know.
nice.
Like I
Yeah.
said, I just don't have the time, and I feel like been too long. Why scratch that itch again?
We'll get you back.
No, dude.
My
Now's
wife
the perfect
is gonna
time
kill you
to
guys
get
if I
in.
get back into WoW,
she-
because that's all. First off, I don't know if you guys ever realize how bad we were with it.
No, I realize
Like-
all I do is talk about it.
Like I
with
could
my
be like,
girl.
Stank, how's your wife doing? You know what? My new character on WoW is amazing. Like
Mhm.
outside life did not matter to
No.
us.
I
when
woke
we were
up
in
my
WoW.
girlfriend to show her my paladin's transmog yesterday.
Recent? Oh, okay.
Last night.
Yeah.
yeah. So
How did she feel about that?
she liked it. I had to show her again in the morning,
Yeah, that
but
sounds about
when
right.
she saw it for real, she liked it.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
so she's into it.
Hey babe, look at my
Yeah.
cool new armor.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is
Oh,
there any closing statements that you guys want to say?
No, but I
or-
do have a quick question on something I thought about while
What's
we were
up?
talking. How do you guys feel about getting the most powerful weapon in a game at the very end of the game when you can't use it
I hate
anymore?
that. I hate
Like,
that. That's
like,
I hate that so
the,
bad.
the only thing that's popping up in my head real quick is like Resident Evil 7.
Yeah.
You got like the most powerful gun and unlimited ammo if you did everything.
yeah.
And like, how do you guys feel about that?
I
That
hate
pisses
that.
me off so bad. Like,
yeah,
I can't
it's like,
use
well,
it.
there's no reason to use it now.
Yeah.
Nothing to do.
I'm kind of torn. Like, I don't like it. Maybe they should make it available for an obscene amount of currency within the game that you can get it earlier. But also, I think it's just there, one, for replayability to just be like that. Or here's
If-
the reward.
The only time I'm kind of okay with it is if you can get it in a new game plus. But I've seen
Yeah.
it where you can't get it until the
Yeah.
very end of the game, and
And
it's like,
that's
well,
it.
that's stupid because I
Well,
can't use it.
Yeah.
Well, that's like Kingdom Hearts for an example. The best Keyblade
Yeah.
is at the very end of the game, and there is no new game plus. You can't use it after that.
Exactly. That's why
Like,
I
what
never
are you
got
supposed to
threes.
do?
I
Like-
want 3 so bad because of the form it comes with, but I can't bring myself to grind it out because you can't you do everything and then you get it, and you can't take it into the new game. Maybe now you can. I don't know.
It's pretty
but
poop.
Yeah, I thought about that while we were talking about shit.
just
What
get
was
it
the
on
question
PC
again?
and mod it.
How do you feel about getting the most powerful weapon in a game at the end of the game
Oh.
when you can't really use it anymore?
I don't know. Maybe I haven't done that enough times, so I just feel
Oh my
indifferent. I
God.
don't know.
I mean, I'm not even saying doing it because I'll be
yeah.
honest, like I don't go after them. Like
It's not most of the time.
What's
I
the
don't,
point?
especially if it's at the very end like that. I usually don't even waste my
Yeah.
time. But if I can, I love cheat codes, man. I miss them so bad.
yeah,
Like I don't like to do my first playthrough of the game, but
depending
going
on the
back
game.
through and just being able to like mess with the game and just create your own play space
Yeah.
used to be my favorite thing about gaming, and it's gone for the most part.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you guys that going off a different topic. I was debating this with one of my coworkers. How have you guys always felt about games exclusivity? Like games being only exclusive to a specific platform?
Timed, I'm cool with.
Yeah, I'm
I just
okay
don't.
with
I don't
it.
like permanent ones, but that's
Yeah.
I'm
it makes
okay with
sense.
it. What I'm not okay with is that it's going to limit that.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
but it's just all about the money that they gave to the publisher.
So
I can agree with Danny Hor the time one, so you get it a year later.
yeah.
Mhm.
I can agree with that.
That's the best way to do it, I think,
Yeah.
because it gets you the best market, and it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
but
a
you got-
reason to get it on one system.
Yeah, but I mean, you got people like Sony that haven't released it on anything else. Like Horizon Zero Dawn's only on.
It
Yeah,
sucks.
Yeah.
that stuff's
Yeah.
just now coming to PC. So I'll be
Yeah, I
able to
mean
play
that's
it,
how
but,
old
like,
now.
So how do
Yeah.
you feel about
I think I've always had a little bit of a problem with it, but it's like I was we were also debating about. I was telling him like I don't think game exclusivity like matters anymore to like people because I think people are just gonna pick their platforms just like.
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Like I feel like if you just want like there's a reason you could have like I'm not like PC Master Race over here have one.
yeah.
There's obvious reasons why people would want like an Xbox or a PlayStation.
Yeah.
I just feel like nowadays that like I think they should just like do away with like now like I'm starting to be able to play PlayStation games. But like now like Horizon Zero Dawn and like hopefully like
A lot of Sony games are being ported
Yeah.
over to the PlayStation by Sony.
or PC,
PC.
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
thank you.
Being ported over to PC.
I knew what I was saying.
Yeah.
And like a
You
lot of
guys
those
knew.
games
You
I've
didn't.
I've always wanted to play because I had an Xbox before. So and like even stupid games like why is MLB The Show a PlayStation exclusive?
They
It's-
almost got it taken off of them. It almost went to Microsoft.
Yeah.
That almost went to Microsoft.
But that's what I'm saying though. I love that game. I finally got it on my Switch and I've been playing it and I really love the
Yeah.
game. But why the fuck is a baseball game? Like
It's just because they
I
Got
get it. It's just like I don't know.
It's lame.
Yeah.
It really
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
But I just feel like right now there's like you're just gonna play the platform you're gonna play on and like why are we still doing this bullshit? Like
mean,
you know what I
there's
mean? Like
been a
it-
console war forever and a
Yeah.
day. I mean,
But I mean, I think it feels like that war has died down in recent
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
because like
Yeah, it really
everything's
has.
cross-platform.
yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
And that's been the greatest thing
Yeah.
in gaming
Mm-hmm.
ever.
yeah, I mean, like I love that I can hop on my PlayStation and play like him on his PC,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you could be on your Switch. You know, I mean, like
That-
we all three can
that's
play,
what-
and I love
yeah.
that
But
idea.
that's what I'm saying though. I think game exclusivity is like just the archaic thing of the past and I just think it
Yeah.
needs to
And I don't think in the last 2 years, I think Tomb Raider was actually the last one that was a time release, right? That was the last Tomb Raider. I think Xbox got it a year after PlayStation.
yeah, maybe.
I think that was the last one. I haven't
Yeah.
heard of it since.
Yeah. Like if I want to play all the Xbox games, Game Pass on my PC.
Yeah.
There you go. Fuck it.
Done.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with that stuff, that's why like a lot of like exclusivity is.
Well,
is
I
breaking
think it
up
mattered
because
at
it's
one
being
point
shipped
because
over
that
to the
was like a
PC and
selling
stuff.
point for like platform, but I
Yeah.
don't think
It
it's
was.
that way anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
some games are. I mean,
Yeah.
like again, like God of War Ragnarok was
Gears
up
of
there.
War.
Yeah,
Gears of War. I don't see them ever putting Gears of War on a PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
No.
No, that's their stamp.
Yeah.
No, that's theirs.
Well, now that they almost own everything. Microsoft.
Almost.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah.
everything.
Oh, what don't they own right now?
Yeah. Activision
Although this
Blizzard.
man.
Yeah, they
They-
do. They bought World of Warcraft.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, they own Blizzard.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
got you.
We're Xbox boys now.
Yay.
Yay.
I love you, Bill Gates. Sponsored by Stream.
PC
Yes,
Master Race. JK.
Please.
All right. So before we head out, is there anything that you guys, final thoughts that you share with the audience? Next game.
Playing WoW.
That's pretty much all I'm doing. Is
Let's
playing
go.
WoW.
But still trying to beat Lords of the Fallen.
Wait for the new expansion.
Well, back to that real quick. In all fairness, I did have like 3 days where I played real quick. So when I got to the second boss, it only took me 2 tries.
Nice.
So like I said, that whole time thing does.
Let's go. It's
That
Yeah.
refreshing.
That is a thing though.
Hell
Good.
yeah.
Good.
Well, on behalf of everybody, I'm sure we all appreciate you guys tuning
Yeah,
in, watching
thank you.
us. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for
Thank you all
listening.
for tuning in.
Not bad. We debuted pretty good. We almost got 100 views on YouTube. And,
Yes.
we had 20 some downloads, which is more than I expected.
Yeah,
So we
that's
definitely
awesome.
appreciate it.
Yeah,
Do you have any
thank you, guys.
comments on
Thank
YouTube
you.
video?
No comments, but 5 likes.
Oh, nice.
We're progressive.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got
know.
engagement, boys. Let's go.
Well, we definitely appreciate you. I
Yeah.
hope that you enjoyed the video. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope that you're enjoying the sounds and the pleasures.
Ooh.
We will
All
catch
right.
you next
How
week.
y'all doing?
In a couple weeks. Bi-weekly, right? Bi-weekly.
Right now.
Yeah,
Probably,
Right now
yeah.
we're bi-weekly, so we'll catch you again in a couple weeks. Have a good day, everyone.
Until the next one.
See ya.
Later.